Hello and welcome to the JAMB Orientation 2025 program by NAIJA EDU GIST. In this video, we'll be talking about what you should know on how to prepare for the upcoming JAMB UTME examination 2025. So if you are a first timer preparing to go to the university or you have done JAMB before but couldn't get admission, this video will actually guide you through everything you need to know about the JAMB and UTME, how to register, the requirements, how to select the subject combination, the best courses to pick, institutions, and every other thing you need to know. So I will need you to grab a pen and a notebook to jot down what we'll be discussing in this video. And please, before we proceed, please, I want you to click on the subscribe button or click on the follow button if you're watching this on our social media handles, and ensure you share this video with other students who are preparing for the exam. So first things first, what exactly is JAMB? JAMB is an acronym for the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board. It is the official body in Nigeria that is responsible for conducting entrance exams into universities, polytechnics, college of education, and other tertiary institutions in Nigeria. So, essentially, if you want to gain admission into any higher institution in Nigeria, JAMB is actually your starting point. So, then talking about UTME, UTME stands for Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination. This is the exam conducted by JAMB, and it is a requirement for gaining admission into any tertiary institution in Nigeria. So therefore, this UTME is actually a computer-based, which means it is CBT done with a computer, and it is used to test your knowledge in subjects that are relevant, to the choosing course of study. So here is how it works. You will have to take 4 subjects in the UTME examination, which include English language, which is very compulsory, and any other 3 subjects based on the course you want to go for. We will talk about this later in this video. Then the exam has a total of 180 questions, which are all objectives. So English language is going to be 100, while the other 3 subjects are going to be 60 questions each. Okay. Then number 3 is that the total score for this exam is over 400. So each subject is over 100. So total of 4 subjects makes 400 points. Then your performance in this UTME examination will actually influence your chance of getting admission into your desired institution, to study your desired course. So if you have any questions so far, please make sure you drop it in the comment section of this video, and I'll be happy to answer them. Thanks for watching, and let's proceed. So let's talk about choosing the right course and institution for the JAMB UTME examination. Before we proceed, I'll let you to know that you need to actually picking wisely can actually shape your academic and career journey. So let's make sure you are actually on the right path. So why does your choice actually matters? Choosing the right course and institution isn't just about passing JAMB. It's actually about laying a strong foundation for your future. So your course will actually determine your career direction, then why your institution will influence you on the quality of education and exposure together with opportunities you will receive while schooling. You get that? So here are some of the factors you need to consider when you want to choose a course. Like I said earlier on, please, if you are here to subscribe on this channel, if you are here to follow us, please click on the subscribe button. If you are watching this on social media, ensure you click on the follow button, and do make sure you tag your friends and share it with others. Let's proceed. So here are some of the factors you need to consider before you actually pick a course that you want to go for. Number 1 thing you need to know is your interest and your strengths. You need to understand that what are the subjects you actually enjoy doing while you're in secondary school, and what are you actually generally good at. You need to choose a course that actually aligns with your passion and your abilities. This will make studying more enjoyable and rewarding for you throughout your stay in the university. You have to choose a course that actually aligns with what you are actually very much interested in. For example, if you are interested in probably taking care of people, you love anything that has to do with taking care of health of the people, you might want to go for medicine and surgery, nursing. If you're the type that loves anything like presenting to people, or maybe you love content creation, you probably love maybe presenting news, gathering news, and all sort of things, you might want to go for mass communication. Then also, if your choice is probably you love, you want to make impact in the justice system, you might want to go for law. So if your interest, or probably you love something like accounting, mathematics, you want to go for accounting, banking and finance, and other courses like that. You understand? So number 2 on the point is your career goal. You need to actually think about where you want to be in the future. So you have to make research on courses that will lead you to this career in those fields, and you have to check for the requirements. So you need to ensure your career goals align with the course you want to go for. Number 3 is that your JAMB subject combination. Like I said in the beginning of this video, you are required to do 4 subjects. So you have to ensure your JAMB subject combination matches the requirement for your choosing course. You have to pick only 4 subjects, like I said, which is English language and any other 3 subjects that are related to the course of study that you want to go for. For example, somebody that wants to go for medicine and surgery, you're required to go for English language, biology, chemistry, and physics, to make total of 4 subjects. You understand? Then for someone that wants to probably go for accounting or banking and finance, you're required to actually pick subjects like English language, which is compulsory for everyone, then accounting, then probably mathematics, economics, and probably government. So I don't want you to pick accounting because they actually better requirements for you to pick. We will talk more about this in the subsequent part of this video. Then lastly, you have to consider your O-level subject. You need to actually confirm the subject that is being required by the school you want to go for each of these course, for any course you want to go for. So you need to ensure that the course you pick and your O-level, which is your WAEC or NECO result, it actually matches with the course you want to go for. We'll be discussing more on this on my WhatsApp group. So if you'd like to join, please ensure you click on the link in the description of this video to join me on my WhatsApp, or text me on WhatsApp via 081 24611 So we'll talk about the requirements for each of these schools. So all of these requirements by each school, the course, and the required subject can actually be checked on the JAMB brochure. So the JAMB brochure presents you with details of all available universities, polytechnics, and other institutions, their courses, and everything you need to know. So you need to remember that you have to be fully aware of what the course entails before you go for it. So let's talk about factors you need to consider when choosing an institution. Number 1 thing you need to know is that the school actually needs to be accredited. You have to ensure that the school and the course you want to go for is actually accredited by regulatory bodies like NUC or MBTE. Number 2 is the location of the school. You need to know whether do you prefer to study in a school that is close to your home or in another state. And you need to also consider factors like the distance, the cost of living in the environment, and also your own comfort level. You need to consider schools that are in your geopolitical zone. This is actually my advice to everyone. So e.g., if your state of origin is like Lagos or your state, I would advise you to pick schools that are in your state of origin or in Southwest. For someone who is in Oyo State, Lagos State, Osun State, and other southwestern states, same thing applies to other zones. So if you reside in the northern part of the country, it is advisable for you to pick schools that are in your state of origin. So for example, someone that reside in Kano State, it's preferable you go for a school like Bayero University, Kano, or probably Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, or any other schools that are nearby in your geopolitical zones. This is because some of these schools do look around for something called catchment area before they give admission. Then up next is affordability. You need to consider the tuition fee and every other cost of these schools. Though public schools tend to be more affordable, as we all know, but also there is literally no public schools that is actually less than 100,000 naira these days. So you need to make research, confirm research on the school fees. Probably you might want to ask from any students who is already in that who is already schooling in that school to know about their school fees. Then you need to actually consider your parents too. You want to actually pick a school where your parents can actually afford to pay the school fees. Private schools are very good, yes, but you need to discuss with your parents whether they can actually afford to pay for the school fees. Then lastly, cut off mark. So each institution has a general cut off mark and probably some course specific cut off mark. So you have to be realistic about your JAMB score and the choosing institutions where you can actually meet and exceed their required cut off mark. However, the cut off mark do change probably every year. So what I need you to take notes on this part is that although from experience, most federal universities are very, very competitive, and even all schools generally, including state schools, except for private universities, that are quite expensive and less competitive. So which is why you need to prepare yourself very, very well for the UTME examination, because the higher your JAMB score, it will give you better chance of getting admission, because you'll be competing with thousands of other students for your school and also for the course that you want to go for. Again, if you're here to subscribe to this channel, please make sure you click on the subscribe button, and you can drop your comment. You can drop your questions in the comment section of this video, and I'll be eager to reply to your questions. So let's talk about the types of institutions that we have in Nigeria. Number one is universities. Like everyone knows, universities, they include professional and academic degrees, which do offer BSc, BEd, BEng, depending on the course you want to go for. So examples of universities include universities that are federal owned, owned by the federal government. We have some that are owned by the state government, and we have some that are owned by private individuals or private organizations. So some of the examples of universities are, University of Lagos, University of Calabar, which is Unical, University of Abuja, Precious Cornerstone University, Colorado University, which is actually a private university, Bio University in Kano, UNIMAID, which is University of Maiduguri. We have Lagos State University, which is LASU, and then we have other universities like that. Also, we have polytechnics. So polytechnics do actually focus. So before we move on, universities, the minimum you can spend in any university is minimum of 4 years for any course, except for some courses that require like 5 years, 6 years, for you to be able to catch up with the curriculum. Although if there's nothing like ASU strike, a normal academic calendar for university or any other strike like that is 4 years minimum. Then for polytechnics, they actually focus on technical and vocational educational courses. So polytechnics are actually great earnings for hands-on skills and practical knowledge. If you want to go for engineering, though engineering courses are also available in university, but if you think you want to focus more on the practical aspects, you might want to go for polytechnics. And most people do go for polytechnics when they don't meet up with the requirements of universities. So you have the option of picking polytechnics also when you want to register for JAMB. So we have polytechnics like Yaba Tech, which is Yaba College of Technology in Lagos. We have the Polytechnic Ibadan in Oyo State. We have Imo State Polytechnic. We have Akwa Ibom Polytechnic and many other polytechnics across the country. Up next is colleges of education. So if you're actually interested in teaching, colleges of education offer programs that will prepare you for a career in education. So we have so many colleges of education which are actually federal, state, private owned, state owned, and many others. Same thing as polytechnics. So each of these institutions are either federal owned, state, or owned by individuals. Then lastly, we have Innovation Enterprise Institution, which is IEIES. They are specialized institutions for technical and vocational skills development. Example of IEI is FT Film Institute in Lagos. We have Niger Delta Innovation Enterprise Institute in Genogua in Bayelsa State. So you need to actually take note that you should choose an institution that aligns with your career goals and your learning preference. That is for that. Then here is a quick tip for you when you are researching for courses and institution you want to go for. Number one is you have to visit the JAMB brochure. This is actually your official guide to courses, subject combination, the list of all schools like I mentioned earlier on. So for you to access this JAMB brochure, if you go to your browser and search for JAMB IBAS, okay, So once you click on JAMB IBAS, you see this thing called JAMB syllabus system. You clicked on it, then this is not actually working fine at this period. Let me check again. So this is the link ibas.jamb.gov.ng/kr. Then you click on continue. So on the JAMB brochure, you'll be able to see the list of all available schools. So if you click on brochure here, you have degree awarded institutions, which are universities. Then we have NC, which are College of Education. We have ND, we have NID, which is our Innovation Enterprise Institution. So on the JAMB IBAS, you will be able to see the list of all available federal universities. Like I mentioned before, we have Federal University of Agriculture, excuse me. We have Federal University of Technology, we have state universities, and every other institutions like that. Same thing as for polytechnic. Polytechnics are under ND. We have the Federal Polytechnics, Monotechnics, School of Health, School of Monotechnics, and every other institutions like that. So we have the School of Health for those that want to go for anywhere like colleges of health technology, of college of sciences. So that is for that. Then next is you can actually check on the school website. So we have some institutions actually have, most of these schools, they have their website where you can find detailed information about their programs, the requirements, the admission process, and probably even their school fees. Then another one is that you need to speak with a teacher. You need to seek for advice. Speak with you can speak with your teachers that actually know about admission process. Talk to mentors or professionals in your field. They will actually guide you through the course and the school you want to go for. Then you can also talk to us at NAIJA EDU GIST. Feel free to talk to me. Olasho will be able to guide you through each of these schools and the courses that they offer. So if you need our guidance, make sure you reach out to us on our WhatsApp number via 081 24 611 And lastly, you can join online communities like Facebook groups, WhatsApp groups of each of these schools. But you need to actually be very, very careful when joining these groups online. So on a final note, you need to remember that the decision is all about you. You need to take your time, do your research, and choose wisely. Don't choose a school because maybe your friends are choosing this school, or probably that is where your friend that you graduated in secondary school together, probably your friend is studying in that particular school. You actually have the opportunity to pick 4 schools when you want to register for JAMB. So while picking the 4 schools, you have the opportunity of also picking courses for each of these schools. So you have to ensure that the course you pick have the same subject combination and O-level requirements for each of these courses and each of these schools. Also, another thing to take note is that your O-level must meet the requirements of the course you want to pick. So you have to ensure that you pick wisely. If you have any question or you need something personally, you need mentorship on picking your right course or institution, feel free to reach out to us on WhatsApp via 081 24 611 631 for adequate mentorship and guidance. Again, don't forget to click on the subscribe button if you are to do so, and follow us if you are watching this video on our social media channel. So let's talk about so here's our WhatsApp number 081 24 611 631. Make sure you reach out to us. So let's talk about the steps that is being required for you to register for the JAMB UTME examination. Number one thing is that you need to obtain your national identification number, which is also known as your NIN. It is very, very compulsory because JAMB mandates it for all candidates that want to register for JAMB. So you can, if you don't have one yet, you can visit any NIMC center or anywhere they register for NIN near you, and you ensure you complete all the process. If you are yet to do so, please ensure all the information you will submit is very, very correct and accurate as you want it on your JAMB profile. And because most of this information cannot be edited on your JAMB profile once you register for JAMB. So ensure the information on your NIN is very, very correct. Then if there is any error on your NIN, please ensure you quickly proceed to any NIN center to correct it before you actually use it to register for JAMB at all. Do you understand? So because without your NIN, you won't be able to proceed to register for JAMB. So make it your top priority. Step 2 is that you proceed to create your JAMB profile. So creating JAMB profile require you to send your NIN number and the NIN word as SMS to 55019 or 6019 using your mobile phone number. So e.g. you type NIN space, if your NIN number is 12345678901, then you text it and send it to 55019. It will actually cost you 15 naira for this SMS. So after you send it, you receive a confirmation message of your profile code. So it's either you send it to 55019 or 6019. Then if you are somebody that have done JAMB before, you have to make use of a previous phone number that you used for the JAMB registration. So you can't use another phone number since you have used it to create since you have used your NIN to create JAMB profile code before. So if you have done JAMB before, make sure you look for the phone number that you used earlier on to register for the JAMB. So you keep this profile code safe. You will need it for your registration. And lastly, by the time you want to create this JAMB profile code, you ensure that you use your own personal phone number, that you register with your own name and NIN. And if you don't have any phone number that is registered by yourself, it is preferable that you use your parent's SIM, but you will use your own NIN to generate the profile code. This is because you will need it later on after the exam. Please and please don't use any cafe or your teacher or your friend's phone number or somebody that you don't actually have familiarity with. You understand? So ensure you use your own phone number, your own SIM. It is much more preferable you use a SIM that you registered on your own, because if the SIM lost, you need to retrieve it and use it for anything you want to use it for that is required to JAMB. So the next step is that you proceed to purchase for the e-pin. So the e-pin is the payment that you make for the JAMB registration. So this e-pin is of two types. Number one is with mark, and the other one is without mark. So if you are paying for with mark, you have to make a payment of 7,000 naira as at 2024. So probably that is the same amount, 7,700, excuse me, for the 2025 JAMB. Also, then if you are not doing mock, the registration fee is 6,200 naira. The difference is just in the mock exam, which is an optional exam. So the mock is just to prepare you for the main exam. It shows you the typical way of how the exam will look like, but of course the exam questions are going to be different. You understand? So for you to get the pin, you can proceed to get it at any bank or any retailer outside that JAMB accredited, probably also at any JAMB office or CBT center or any other platforms. You can also reach out to us on NAIJA EDU GIST via our WhatsApp number, which is 08124611631, and we'll be able to guide you through to help you get this e-pin to register. So you will proceed to complete your registration at any accredited JAMB office or CBT center with your your profile code, your email address, your bell data, the e-pin that you purchased. So with all of this, the CBT center will register you, and also including your O-level results. They will give you a form to fill where you input your bell data, your preferred courses, your preferred institution, then after which you do thumb printing and face capturing. So you have to ensure you review all the information you will submit by the time you are doing this registration. So once the registration is complete, they will give you a JAMB registration slip. So the slip will contain information like your name, your probably your home address, your date of birth, and other information like that. Also, it will also include your JAMB registration number, the schools you selected, and the respective courses. Please ensure you keep this slip very safe. Then you can also print extra copies as backup, because you actually need it to print your exam date later on. So JAMB UTME registration date for 2025. As at the time of making this video, JAMB is yet to make any official announcement on when the registration for JAMB 2025, for JAMB UTME 2025 will actually start. So you have to be on the lookout for credible news on television and radio station, and also on the official JAMB handle on Twitter, where they post updates. You will also get confirmed updates from us at NAIJA EDU GIST once the registration and exam date is announced. We'll publish it across all our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, and also on our website at NAIJAEDUGIST.com. Thank you. So here are some of the common mistakes that you need to avoid. Like I mentioned earlier on, you need to ensure you use a phone number that is active and it is accessible. Please make use of a phone number that is active and is accessible to you, especially a number that you registered yourself. Then ensure the email address that you will use is also your own. Ensure you create the email address and it is active on your phone before you proceed to go and register for JAMB. Then you ensure you cross-check all the information you are doing the registration. There will actually be a computer in front of you, so you ensure you carefully check all the information very well before they submit. Then I will advise you that you should not wait until the last day or last minute to register, because there can actually be network error or network delay on the closing date. So, and that is it on our orientation for JAMB 2025. Please ensure you take note of every information we've discussed in this video. If you do not understand any one of them, ensure you watch this video over and over again. Then if you have any further question, ensure you visit us, ensure you contact us on our WhatsApp number via 081-24611-631, and we will add you to our official WhatsApp group. You can also check out our website at NAIJAEDUGIST.com for the list of every update that we publish out there. So if you find this video very helpful, please make sure you click on the like button, click on the subscribe button, and you ensure you share with other students who will need it. If you have any question, feel free to drop it in the comment section of this video, and we'll be glad to to help you out. Until the next time, good luck and keep striving for success. Thank you.